Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Travel Talk Tuesday. I'm Marianne Southall, founder of the Women's Travel Club, and I'm so happy to have you join us today. This afternoon, we're going to explore one of the journeys I'm most excited to introduce, our Cambodia and Laos signature journey. Cambodia and Laos are two destinations that have been on my travel wish list for quite some time. While I've traveled extensively through Asia, these are countries I'm especially looking forward to discovering. And I've really enjoyed putting this presentation together and learning more about what makes them so special. What excites me most about this itinerary is that it isn't just about seeing famous landmarks. It's about experiencing places that feel authentic, learning about fascinating history, connecting with local communities, and discovering cultures that have remained deeply rooted in tradition. Over the next little while, I'll take you through the journey from beginning to end. We'll look at where we'll be traveling, the beautiful accommodations, some of the incredible experiences that are included, and why I think this tour is such a wonderful addition to our Signature Journeys collection. Brittany is here and she's joining me today, and she will keep an eye on the chat. If you have any questions as we go along, please don't hesitate to type them in. We'll also have plenty of time at the end for a live question and answer session. We are recording today's presentation, so if you'd like to watch it again or share it with someone who's interested, we will send everyone a replay afterwards. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's begin our journey through Cambodia and Laos. Before we dive into the itinerary, I just want to take a moment to talk about why we chose Cambodia and Laos for one of our signature journeys. When most people think about Southeast Asia, countries like Thailand, Vietnam, or Bali usually come first to mind. But Cambodia and Laos are destinations that offer something a little different. They still feel wonderfully authentic. Tourism hasn't changed them in the same way, and there's a slower pace of life that really allows you to connect with the people, the culture, and the history. Of course, Cambodia is home to one of the world's most extraordinary archaeological sites, Angkor Wat, and that's certainly one of the highlights of this journey. But what makes this tour special goes far beyond the temples. We'll visit local villages, meet artisans, enjoy incredible food, cruise along the Mekong River, explore the peaceful 4,000 islands, and experience the unique culture of Laos, which is often described as one of Southeast Asia's best-kept secrets. For me, this itinerary perfectly captures what a women's travel club signature journey is all about. It's not just checking famous sites off a list. It's about slowing down, understanding the places we visit, and creating meaningful travel experiences. Now that we've talked about what makes these two countries so special, let's have a look at where we are going. Before we dive into the itinerary, let's get our bearings a bit. Cambodia and Laos are located in the heart of Southeast Asia, bordered by Thailand and Vietnam. Together, they make a wonderful combination, allowing us to experience two distinct cultures in one seamless journey. From North America, it's certainly a long trip, but that's one of the reasons we've designed this as a 16-day signature journey. It gives us time to really immerse ourselves in these countries rather than rushing from one highlight to the next. As with many of our signature journeys, the goal isn't simply to see the famous sites. It's to slow down, experience local life, and leave with a genuine appreciation for the places we visited. Now that we know where we're headed, let's zoom in and follow the route we'll be taking through Cambodia and Laos. We'll begin in Cambodia's vibrant capital of Phnom Penh, where we'll learn about the country's fascinating history before traveling north to Benthem Bang, one of Cambodia's most charming cities. From there, we'll continue to Siem Reap, our gateway to the incredible temples of Angkor. Midway through the journey, we'll fly into southern Laos, where life slows down to the rhythm of the Mekong River as we explore the peaceful 4,000 Islands region. Finally, we'll head north to Luang Prabang, a UNESCO World Heritage City that is often considered one of the most beautiful destinations in all of Southeast Asia. Throughout these 16 days, we'll experience ancient history, vibrant culture, breathtaking landscapes, and the genuine warmth of the Cambodian and Laotian people. Now let's take a closer look at the journey unfolds day by day. Our adventure begins in Phnom Penh, Cambodia's vibrant capital, often referred to as the Pearl of Asia. After a long journey from North America, one of the first things I really appreciate is that airport fast track service is included. Instead of standing in long immigration lines, we'll be met, assisted through the arrival process, and transferred by private vehicle directly to our hotel. It's a wonderful way to begin the trip feeling relaxed rather than exhausted. We won't simply check into the hotel and call it a day. The afternoon, we have our first introduction to Cambodian culture with a visit to the Champi Academy of Arts. I love that this experience is included because it goes beyond sightseeing. Champi Academy is a nonprofit school that provides young people with free training in Cambodia's traditional arts, including classical dance, music, painting, and drawing. Their mission is to preserve Cambodia's culture heritage while inspiring the next generation to carry these traditions forward. It's a meaningful glimpse into the country's rich culture and a wonderful reminder that travel isn't just about the places we visit. It's also about the people we meet and the stories we discover along the way. We'll finish our first evening together with a welcome dinner at a local restaurant where we'll have the opportunity to enjoy authentic Cambodian cuisine and get to know our fellow travelers before our adventure really begins. And tomorrow we'll start exploring the history that has shaped modern Cambodia, as well as discover some of Phnom Penh's most important landmarks. For our first 2 nights in Cambodia, we'll be staying at the beautiful Baitong Hotel, located right in the heart of Phnom Penh. One of the things I really like about this hotel is that it's not a large international chain. It has a boutique feel with contemporary Cambodian design, lush tropical gardens, and a relaxed atmosphere that feels like a peaceful retreat in the middle of the city. Our group will be staying in superior city view rooms, giving everyone a comfortable place to settle in after a long journey. The hotel also features a lovely swimming pool, an excellent restaurant, and it's conveniently located for exploring Phnom Penh's main attractions over the next couple of days. It's a wonderful place to begin our adventure, allowing us to relax, recover from our travels, and get ready to start exploring Cambodia. After a good night's rest and breakfast at the hotel, we're ready to begin exploring Cambodia's fascinating capital. Our first stop is Wat Phom, the temple that sits atop the only hill in Phnom Penh. According to local legend, this is where Lady Pen discovered sacred Buddha statues in the river and built a temple to house them, giving the city its name. From there, we'll visit one of Cambodia's most iconic landmarks, the Royal Palace and the beautiful Silver Pagoda. These magnificent buildings are still used today by Cambodia's royal family and are wonderful examples of traditional Khmer architecture. It's an excellent chance to admire the artistry, craftsmanship, and culture heritage that have shaped Cambodia for centuries. After we visit the National Museum, home to one of the world's finest collections of Khmer sculptures and artwork, as we walk through the galleries, we'll begin to appreciate just how rich and sophisticated Cambodia's history truly is. One of the things that strikes so many visitors is the warmth and kindness of the Cambodian people today. Understanding their history makes those encounters even more meaningful. In the afternoon, the tone of the day changes as we learn about one of the darkest chapters in Cambodia's history. We'll visit Tuol Sleng, a former high school that was transformed into the S-21 prison during the Khmer Rouge regime, followed by Chuang Ek, one of the country's best-known memorial sites. These visits are certainly emotional, but they're also incredibly important. They provide a deeper understanding of the hardships the Cambodian people endured and the remarkable resilience they've shown in rebuilding their country. One of the things that strikes so many visitors is the warmth and kindness of the Cambodian people today. Understanding their history makes these encounters even more meaningful. After a full day of exploration and reflection, we'll return to the hotel for the evening. Tomorrow, we leave Phnom Penh behind and begin our journey through the Cambodian countryside as we make our way to Battambang. This morning, we say goodbye to Phnom Penh and begin our journey to the Cambodian countryside as we travel to Battambang. The drive takes about 4 to 5 hours, but one of the things I really like about this itinerary is that we're not simply driving from one destination to another. Along the way, we'll stop several times to experience everyday life in Cambodia. We'll visit a traditional silversmith village where skilled artisans continue to create beautiful handicraft silver using techniques that have been passed down through generations. We'll also stop in Kampong Chhnang, a region famous for its pottery. It's a chance to see local craftspeople at work and gain an appreciation for traditions that are still very much part of life today. We'll even visit a local fish market, giving us another glimpse into everyday Cambodian life beyond the tourist sites. By afternoon, we'll arrive in Battambang, Cambodia's second largest city. Unlike the bustling capital, Battambang has much more relaxed pace and is known for its beautiful French colonial architecture, vibrant markets, and thriving arts community. After taking some time to explore the town, we'll finish the day with what might be one of the most memorable and fun experiences of the entire tour, a ride on Cambodia's famous bamboo train. Originally built by local villagers as a practical way to transport people and goods along the abandoned railway tracks, these simple bamboo platforms have become one of Cambodia's most unique attractions. It's a wonderfully quirky experience and a great way to end our first day in rural Cambodia. Tonight, we'll settle into Bantamangs before continuing our exploration tomorrow. For the next 2 nights, we'll be staying at Maisons Wat Khor, one of Battambang's most charming boutique hotels. This is exactly the kind of property I love including in our signature journeys. Rather than staying in a large international hotel, we'll experience a place that truly reflects the character of Cambodia. Maison Wat Khor is designed as a collection of traditional Khmer-style wood houses surrounded by beautiful tropical gardens, lotus ponds, and peaceful walking paths. It is a wonderfully relaxed atmosphere that a world away from the busy pace of the city. Our rooms combine traditional Cambodian architecture with all the modern comforts you'd expect, creating a stay that's both authentic and comfortable. One of the things guests constantly comment on is how peaceful the property feels. After a day of sightseeing, it's the perfect place to relax by the pool, wander through the gardens, or simply sit on your veranda and enjoy the surroundings. The restaurant is also known for its excellent Cambodian cuisine, and with many ingredients sourced locally, giving us another opportunity to experience the flavors of the region. It's a beautiful place to slow down for a couple of days, and I think it captures exactly what Battambang is all about: authentic, welcoming, and full of charm. Tomorrow, we'll continue exploring Battambang, discovering its history, countryside, and some of the local experiences that make this region so special. After breakfast, oh, sorry. After breakfast, we head out to discover another side of Battambang and the surrounding countryside. Our morning begins with a scenic drive along the Sangor River, one of the lifelines of this region. As we travel through small villages and farmland, we'll get a glimpse of everyday life in rural Cambodia. Our first stop is Wat Saket Pagoda, home to the provincial Buddhist patriarch. Buddhism plays such an important role in Cambodian culture, and visiting local temples offers a wonderful opportunity to learn about the traditions and beliefs that continue to shape daily life throughout the country. We then continue to Wat Et Thom, an ancient temple dating back to the 11th century. Although much of the original structure is now in ruins, it remains a fascinating sight and continues an interesting contrast to the grandeur of Angkor Wat, which we'll visit later in the journey. We'll also stop at a local market where Prabang, Cambodia's famous fermented fish paste, is produced. It's one of the country's most important traditional ingredients and gives us another authentic look at local life and cuisine. One of the things I really enjoy about this itinerary is that it balances famous landmarks with experiences that connect us to the people and everyday traditions of Cambodia. This afternoon, we'll visit one of Battambang's most remarkable landmarks, a place where history, nature, and breathtaking scenery all come together. This afternoon, we visit Thom Sampo. Rising above the surrounding countryside, this limestone mountain is home to beautiful temples, natural caves, and sweeping views across the Cambodian landscape. It's a place that's both peaceful and incredibly scenic, but it also carries an important chapter of Cambodia's history. During the Khmer Rouge regime, several of the caves here were used as execution sites, known as the Killing Caves. Today, they serve as memorials, often offering visitors an opportunity to quietly reflect on the lives that were lost and to better understand the hardships the Cambodian people endured. As we experienced yesterday in Phnom Penh, these visits aren't intended to be overwhelming. Rather, they help us appreciate the incredible resilience of the Cambodian people and the strength they've shown in rebuilding their country. We also explore some of the mountain's beautiful natural caves and enjoy spectacular views across the countryside before settling in for one of the day's most unforgettable experiences. As the sun begins to set, something extraordinary happens. Every evening, millions of wrinkle-lipped bats emerge from one of the caves in an endless stream, flowing across the sky in graceful ribbons as they head out to feed. It's one of Cambodia's most remarkable natural spectacles, and something very few travelers even know exists before they come here. Watching this incredible display against the backdrop of the setting sun is truly one of those magical travel moments that stays with you long after you've returned home. It's experiences like this that remind us why we travel. Not just to see famous landmarks, but to witness moments that surprise us, inspire us, and become stories we'll tell for years to come. Tomorrow we'll continue our journey as we leave Battambang behind and make our way to Siem Reap, home to one of the great archaeological treasures in the world, Angkor Wat. The drive takes us about 2.5 hours, giving us one last opportunity to enjoy the Cambodian countryside before arriving in what is perhaps the country's best known destination. Once we arrive, we'll check into our hotel and have some free time to relax and settle in. I actually think this is really thoughtful part of the itinerary because tomorrow is one of the biggest days of our journey. Having a chance to recharge this afternoon means we'll be ready for an early start. But our day isn't over just quite yet. In the early evening, we'll experience one of the moments I'm looking forward to in this tour. We'll climb aboard traditional Cambodian tuk-tuks, the colorful open-air taxis that are such an iconic part of everyday life here, and head out for a ride through the streets of Siem Reap. As the city comes alive in the evening, we'll make our way to the local pagoda where we'll take part in a very special cultural experience. We'll join Buddhist monks for a guided meditation, followed by a traditional blessing ceremony for happiness, prosperity, good health, and a safe journey. I think experiences like this are what truly makes a signature journey special. It's not something you simply observe, it's something you participate in. It's an opportunity to slow down, reflect, and connect with Cambodia's spiritual traditions in a respectful and meaningful way. I can imagine this being a wonderful, peaceful way to end the day, especially knowing what's waiting for us tomorrow morning. And tomorrow, we'll experience one of the most iconic sights in the world as we watch the sunrise over the magnificent temples of Angkor Wat. For the next 4 nights, we'll be staying at the beautiful Sok Kok Boutique Resort, our home, while we explore the incredible temples of Angkor and the many experiences surrounding Siem Reap. One of the things I appreciate about this resort is that it offers a peaceful retreat just outside the energy of the city. After full days of exploring temples, villages, and local markets, it'll be wonderful to return to a quiet setting where we can truly relax and recharge. The resort blends traditional Khmer design with modern comfort, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere that reflects the character of Cambodia. The rooms are spacious and beautifully appointed, while the tropical gardens and swimming pool provide the perfect place to unwind after a day of sightseeing. Because we're spending 4 nights here, we'll have time to settle in and really enjoy the property. Whether that's relaxing by the pool with a cool drink, enjoying breakfast before heading out for the day, or sharing stories with the group over dinner, it becomes much more than just a hotel. It becomes our home away from home. I also love the location. It's close enough to the Angkor Archaeological Park to make our early morning start tomorrow easy, while still offering a peaceful escape from the crowds. I have a feeling this will be one of the hotels where everyone settles in quickly and wishes they had just one more night before they had to move on. Tomorrow morning we'll be up early before dawn for what many people consider the defining moment of any visit to Cambodia, watching the sun rise over the magnificent temples of Angkor Wat. Today is the day. We'll leave the hotel before dawn and make our way to Angkor Wat, arriving as the first light begins to appear on the horizon. Watching the sun rise over Angkor Wat is one of those iconic travel experiences that appears on bucket lists around the world. As the sky slowly changes from deep blue to shades of pink and gold, the silhouette of the temple gradually comes into view, reflected in the pools around it. It's difficult to describe the feeling of standing there. After seeing photographs for years, you're suddenly experiencing it for yourself. It's peaceful, emotional, and simply unforgettable. Once the sun has risen, we'll explore the temple itself. Built in the early 12th century, Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world and one of the greatest archaeological achievements ever created. As we wander through its galleries, intricate carvings, and towering courtyards, we'll learn about the fascinating history of the Khmer Empire and the incredible engineering that made this masterpiece possible. It's a morning I think we'll remember for the rest of our lives. After our visit, we'll return to the hotel for a well-earned breakfast before enjoying a very different hands-on cultural experience. After breakfast, we'll slow down the pace and spend the morning getting creative. We'll take part in a hands-on Khmer ceramics workshop. where local artisans will introduce us to the traditional pottery techniques that have been passed down through generations. Rather than simply watching a demonstration, we'll actually roll up our sleeves and create our own pottery. Bowls, mugs, small vases, whatever inspires you. Once we've finished shaping our pieces, we'll decorate them before choosing one to be professionally glazed and fired. We'll even receive a diploma to commemorate the experience, and we'll be able to collect our finished piece the following day. I love experiences like this because they give us more than a souvenir to take home. They give us a memory and a story attached to something we've created ourselves. It's a wonderful way to connect with Cambodian culture in a very personal way. Before returning to the temples this afternoon, we'll visit the Angkor National Museum. I actually think this is a really valuable stop because it helps bring everything we're seeing into context. Through beautifully displayed sculptures, artifacts, and multimedia exhibits, we'll gain a deeper understanding of the Khmer Empire and the remarkable civilization that built Angkor. Rather than simply admiring beautiful temples, we'll begin to understand the people, beliefs, and history behind them. That knowledge makes this afternoon's exploration even more meaningful. This afternoon, we continue to explore the ancient city of Angkor Thom, once the magnificent capital of the Khmer Empire. We'll enter through the impressive South Gate before visiting one of Cambodia's most recognizable temples, Bayon. Bayon is famous for its enormous stone towers, each carved with serene, smiling faces. As you walk through the temple, it almost feels as though those faces are quietly watching over you from every direction. We'll also visit the royal enclosure, the Terrace of the Elephants, the Terrace of the Leper King, each offering another glimpse into incredible sophistication of the ancient civilization. We'll finish the day at Prohm, and I have to admit, this may be one of the temples I'm most excited to see. Unlike many of the other temples, Prohm has been left largely as it was discovered, with enormous fig trees and twisting roots growing over and through the ancient stone walls. It creates this incredible feeling that nature has slowly reclaimed what people built centuries ago. You may even recognize it from the movie Tomb Raider, but seeing it in person is something entirely different. It's one of those places where history, architecture, and nature all come together in a way that's almost impossible to describe. We'll end another remarkable day with dinner together, undoubtedly sharing our favorite moments from one of the most unforgettable days of the entire journey. Our next day, we venture beyond the main Angkor complex to discover some of Cambodia's lesser-known treasures. Our first destination is Bantay Sray, often called the jewel of Khmer art. Although it's much smaller than Angkor Wat, many visitors consider it one of the most beautiful temples in Cambodia because of its extraordinary carvings. Built from pink sandstone, the intricate details have survived remarkably well for nearly 1,000 years. As we walk through the temple, it's amazing to think that every carving was created by hand. Along the way, we'll stop in Prey Dark Village, giving us another opportunity to experience everyday rural life before continue to Bantay Sap, another beautifully preserved temple that's often overlooked by larger tour groups. One of the things I appreciate about this itinerary is that it takes us beyond the famous highlights to places that many visitors miss entirely. This afternoon, we'll discover another side of Cambodia as we head to Southeast Asia's largest freshwater lake. This afternoon, we leave the temples behind and experience an entirely different side of Cambodia. We travel to Kampong Pluk, a remarkable floating community on the edge of Tonlé Sap Lake, the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia. Here, life revolves entirely around the water. Depending on the season, homes stand high on stilts, boats replace cars, and the rhythm of daily life follows the changing water levels of the lake. We'll board a local boat and cruise through the village before entering one of the most magical features, the submerged forest. During the wet season, the trees rise directly out of the water, creating a peaceful maze that feels almost otherworldly. As we drift quietly through the flooded forest, it's easy to forget the busy world beyond the lake. This is also an opportunity to gain a deeper appreciation for the resilience and adaptability of the people who call this remarkable place home. It's another reminder that some of the most remarkable travel experiences aren't always found in famous landmarks, but in discovering how people live, work, and build communities in places that are very different from our own. As we return to Siem Reap this evening, we'll have experienced yet another fascinating side of Cambodia. Tomorrow, we'll enjoy one of the most interactive days of the journey as we visit a traditional Khmer village, learn to cook authentic Cambodian dishes, and experience daily life in the countryside. We'll start the morning with a return to one of my favorite temples in Cambodia, Bante Shrey, often called the Jewel of Khmer art. Its name translates to the Citadel of Women, a reference to the incredible delicacy of its carvings. Unlike Angkor Wat, which impresses with its sheer scale, Bantry Seri captivates visitors through its extraordinary detail. Built in the 10th century from beautiful pink sandstone, this temple is covered with intricate carvings depicting Hindu legends and scenes from mythology. Nearly 1,000 years later, those carvings remain astonishingly well preserved, making this one of Cambodia's true architectural treasures. It's a wonderful reminder that sometimes the smallest places leave the biggest impressions. This afternoon brings one of those experiences that truly captures the spirit of signature journeys. We'll leave the main tourist area behind and head to a traditional Khmer village on the outskirts of Siem Reap. Before we begin cooking, we'll visit the local market to discover fresh herbs, spices, vegetables, and ingredients that are used every day in Cambodian kitchens. It's a wonderful opportunity to experience everyday life and see where local families shop for their food. Then it's time to roll up our sleeves. Guided by the village chef, we'll learn how to prepare authentic Cambodian dishes using traditional techniques and recipes that have been passed down through generations. More importantly, we'll share stories, laugh together, and enjoy a meal we created ourselves. I think food is one of the best ways to understand a culture, and experiences like this create memories that will last long after we've returned home. This afternoon, we continue discovering Cambodia's remarkable artistic traditions. We'll visit Artisans d'Angkor, a social enterprise dedicated to preserving traditional Khmer craftsmanship. Here we'll watch talented artisans creating beautiful stone carvings, woodwork, silk, weaving, and lacquerware using techniques that have been practiced for centuries. It's inspiring to see these ancient skills being preserved while also providing meaningful employment for local communities. We'll also spend some time exploring the old market, where colorful stalls offer everything from spices and fresh produce to handmade souvenirs and local crafts. It's the perfect place to soak up the atmosphere of Siem Reap and perhaps find a special reminder of our time in Cambodia. This evening, we'll end the day with one of Cambodia's most celebrated cultural performances, the Fair Cambodian Circus. This isn't a traditional circus with animals. Instead, it's an extraordinary blend of theater, music, dance, acrobatics, and storytelling performed by talented young Cambodian artists. Many of the performers come from backgrounds where the circus has provided education, opportunity, and a creative future. It's an inspiring performance that celebrates Cambodia's resilience, creativity, and vibrant culture. I can't think of a better way to end our time in Cambodia before we continue our journey to Laos tomorrow. So next morning, we say goodbye to Cambodia and fly to Pax, the gateway to southern Laos. Although Cambodia and Laos are neighbors, you'll quickly notice they have very different personalities. Laos has a wonderfully relaxed pace of life, beautiful mountain landscapes, and a deep connection to nature. One of our first stops is the Bolivan Plateau, one of the country's most scenic regions. Here we'll visit Tad Vane, Laos's tallest waterfall, where twin streams plunge more than 120 meters into a lush jungle valley below. It's an absolutely spectacular sight and a wonderful introduction to the country's natural beauty. We'll also visit nearby Tad Luang waterfall, where you can enjoy different viewpoints and appreciate another beautiful corner of the plateau. Before leaving the region, we'll stop at Chai Coffee, a social enterprise supporting hundreds of local farming families. We'll learn about coffee production in Laos, discover how the beans are grown and roasted, and enjoy a tasting of some of the country's exceptional coffee. It's a wonderful introduction to Laos, beautiful scenery, welcoming people, and experiences that connect us with the local community. This afternoon, our adventure continues as we travel south through the peaceful countryside toward one of Laos's most unique destinations, the 4,000 Islands. Along the way, life slows down even more. Small villages, rice fields, and palm trees line the roads before we arrive in Ban Nakasang, a quiet riverside community where our next journey begins. From here, we'll board a local ferry and cross the mighty Mekong River to Dong Khon Island. This is one of those places that doesn't appear on many travelers' itineraries, and I think that's exactly what makes it so special. There are no bustling cities here. Instead, you'll find quiet villages, bicycles instead of traffic, and life moving at the gentle pace of the Mekong. As we arrive on the island and settle into our hotel, I think everyone will immediately notice how peaceful it feels. It's the perfect place to slow down, disconnect for a while, and simply enjoy being surrounded by nature. For the next 2 nights, we'll be staying at Sengalon Resort, located on the peaceful Dong Khon Island in the heart of Laos's beautiful 4,000 Islands region. One of the things I love about this part of the itinerary is the complete change of pace. After the energy of Cambodia's temples and cities, life here feels wonderfully relaxed. Surrounded by the Mekong River, this resort offers a peaceful setting where nature takes center stage. It's the kind of place where you can sit on your balcony with morning coffee, watch traditional boats drift by, and simply enjoy the quiet. The rooms are comfortable and spacious, and the resort's gardens and riverside setting make it the perfect place to unwind after a day of exploring. Because we're staying for 2 nights, we'll have time to settle in, enjoy the property, and really appreciate the slower pace of the island life. Whether it's taking a walk along the river, relaxing by the pool, or watching the sunset over the Mekong, this is a place designed for slowing down. I think one of the greatest luxuries of travel isn't always staying in the most extravagant hotel. Sometimes it's finding a place that perfectly matches its surroundings, and that's exactly what this resort does. Tomorrow we'll explore more of the incredible 4,000 Islands region, discovering waterfalls, French colonial history, and one of Southeast Asia's most fascinating river landscapes. We'll set off by local tuk-tuk, a fun way to travel between the islands while enjoying the peaceful scenery along the Mekong. Our first stop is Liffey Waterfall. Here, the Mekong River squeezes through dramatic rock formations, creating powerful rapids and cascading waterfalls. It's a beautiful reminder that while the Mekong is often calm and peaceful, it also has incredible power. We'll also visit another impressive waterfall before learning about a surprising chapter in the area's history. During the French colonial times, engineers attempted to overcome the Mekong's powerful rapids by building a railway across the island. Today, the old railway bridge and locomotive remain as fascinating reminders of the ambitious project. I love how this day combines spectacular scenery with stories from the past, helping us appreciate both the natural beauty and unique history of southern Laos. After lunch, we'll discover an even quieter side of the island, where life still follows the gentle rhythm of the Mekong. This afternoon, we board a boat and continue to Don Lapadi, one of the quieter islands in the Mekong. And this isn't a place known for famous landmarks. Instead, it's somewhere we simply experience everyday life. As we wander through the village, we'll see traditional wooden homes, rice fields stretching across the landscape, and local families going about their daily routines. Life here moves at a wonderfully gentle pace. The Mekong provides food, transportation, and a livelihood, and it's easy to see how closely connected the community is to the river. One of the things I enjoy most about itineraries like this is that they give us opportunities to connect with places that many travelers never visit. Some of the memories that stay with us aren't the famous monuments, but the quiet moments. Watching children wave from the riverbank, seeing fishermen heading home, or simply sitting in a boat as the Mekong flows past. As we return to our resort this afternoon, I think we'll have a deeper appreciation for the peaceful rhythm of life in southern Laos. Tomorrow, we'll continue our journey north as we leave the islands behind and travel to the beautiful UNESCO World Heritage City of Luang Prabang. Next morning, we say goodbye to the 4,000 islands, but not before experiencing one of Mekong's greatest natural spectacles. We'll travel by boat back to the mainland before visiting Khon Phangbang Waterfall, the largest waterfall in Southeast Asia by water volume. Standing on the shaded boardwalks, you'll hear the roar of the river long before you see it. The sheer volume of water crashing through the rocks is absolutely incredible and gives you a new appreciation for the immense power of the Mekong. It's fascinating to learn that these powerful rapids are the reason the river has never been fully navigable, shaping both the history and development of this region. Afterwards, we'll continue our journey by crossing the Mekong on a traditional ferry to Don Deng Island, where we'll enjoy lunch beneath shady bamboo groves. It's another opportunity to slow down, take in the scenery, and appreciate the simple beauty of life along one of the world's greatest rivers. In the afternoon, we visit one of Laos's great treasures, Wat Phou, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that many people have never heard of. In many ways, Wat Phou is considered a precursor to Angkor Wat. Built centuries earlier by the Khmer Empire, it shares many of the same architectural styles and spiritual traditions, yet it feels completely different. We'll begin at the museum before taking an electric shuttle to the base of the temple complex. From there, we'll walk along the ancient stone causeway, passing beautifully restored buildings decorated with carvings of Hindu gods, mythical creatures, and intricate stonework that has survived for centuries. Finally, we'll climb the stone steps to the upper sanctuary, where a sacred spring still flows today. The view from the top stretches out across the surrounding countryside in the Mekong Valley, making it easy to understand why this sacred site has been revered for more than 1,000 years. What I love about Wat Pho is that it feels wonderfully peaceful. Unlike Angkor Wat, you often find yourself with space to simply stand quietly and absorb the history. It's a fitting way to conclude our time in southern Laos before we journey to the north. Tonight, we'll be staying at the Athena Hotel in Pax, a comfortable boutique hotel that provides the perfect place to relax after our adventures in the 4,000 islands. While this is just a one-night stand, it's a beautiful opportunity to recharge before we continue north to Luang Prabang tomorrow. The hotel offers spacious, well-appointed rooms, a welcoming atmosphere, and lovely outdoor pools surrounded by tropical gardens. After several days exploring waterfalls, islands, and ancient temples, it's nice to have an evening to unwind and enjoy a comfortable night's rest. One feature I especially like is the open-air restaurant and terrace, where guests can enjoy dinner overlooking the surrounding gardens. It's a peaceful setting to reflect on everything we've experienced in the past few days. Every hotel on this journey has its own personality. Some immerse us in history, others place us in the heart of nature, and tonight our focus is simply comfort and relaxation before the next stage of our adventure. Tomorrow, we fly north to one of the most enchanting cities in Southeast Asia, Luang Prabang, a UNESCO World Heritage City known for its beautifully preserved temples, French colonial architecture, and deeply spiritual atmosphere. It's a destination many travelers fall in love with, and I think it will become one of the highlights of our journey. After several days exploring southern Laos, we've built in a slower morning to simply enjoy Pax at your own pace before the flight to Vientiane. Pax has a wonderful, relaxed atmosphere. It's the largest city in southern Laos, but it still feels easy to explore. You might wander along the Mekong River, visit one of the local cafes for another cup of the region's excellent coffee, browse the markets, or simply enjoy a quiet morning before we continue our journey. I always think these free mornings become some of the most memorable parts of the trip. They give you a chance to experience everyday life, discover a little corner that wasn't on the itinerary, or simply sit back and take it all in. Later in the day, we'll transfer to the airport for a short flight to Vientiane, the charming capital of Laos, where the next chapter of our journey begins. For our final 4 nights, we're going to stay at the Maison de Delapio, one of Luang Prabang's most charming boutique hotels. One of the things I like about this property is its setting. It's built around beautiful lotus ponds and lush tropical gardens. So even though you're only a short walk from the heart of Luang Prabang, it feels peaceful and secluded. The rooms are spacious and beautifully decorated, blending traditional Laos style with modern comforts. There are quiet garden paths, a lovely swimming pool, plenty of places to relax after a day of sightseeing. Because we're here for 4 nights, this really becomes our home in Laos. There isn't a rush of unpacking and moving every day. You can settle in, enjoy a leisurely breakfast, perhaps spend some time by the pool, and really soak up the atmosphere of Luang Prabang. I always think longer stays like this make a destination feel more immersive. Rather than just passing through, you have time to discover favorite cafes, wander the streets in the evening, and experience the rhythm of local life. It's a wonderful place to end our journey through Cambodia and Laos. This day, we begin exploring Luang Prabang, one of the most beautiful and best preserved cities in Southeast Asia. Unlike many capital cities, Luang Prabang has managed to retain its peaceful atmosphere, traditional architecture, and deep spiritual heritage. Our morning begins at the former Royal Palace, now the National Museum, where we'll learn about the history of Laos and the royal family. It provides wonderful context for everything we'll experience over the next few days. From here, we'll explore several of Luang Prabang's most important temples. Wat Mai is known for its stunning golden bas-reliefs, while Wat Sensokaran is constantly recognizable by its brilliant gold facade. We'll also visit Wat Visun, considered one of the city's oldest and most sacred temples. One of the things visitors often notice is how intertwined daily life and Buddhism are here. Monks quietly walk the street, temples remain active places of worship, and the peaceful rhythm of the city is something quite special to experience. One of my favorite experiences today is a visit to Angkor Wat, whose name means East meets West. This beautiful center celebrates the incredible textile traditions of Laos. Here, we'll learn how silk is produced, how natural dyes are made from plants and flowers, and how traditional weaving techniques have been passed through generations. It's more than a workshop. Angkor Wat supports local artisans and helps preserve skills that are an important part of Lao culture. Even if you're not a shopper, it's fascinating to watch these talented artisans at work. And if you're looking for a meaningful souvenir, this is one of the best places to find beautiful handmade textiles that directly support local communities. We finished the day with one of Luang Prabang's most iconic experiences. As the afternoon fades, we'll climb Mount Phousi. The climb isn't particularly long, and at the top we're rewarded with a spectacular panoramic views over the city, the Mekong River, and the surrounding mountains. It's one of the best places to watch the sunset over Luang Prabang. As evening falls, the city transforms again. Shivishvan Bang Road closes to traffic and becomes the famous Hmong night market. Unlike many night markets in Asia, this one focuses largely on handmade goods. You'll find beautiful textiles, artwork, silver, wood carving, scarves, and handicrafts created by local artisans and the surrounding hill tribes. It's a wonderful place to wander, meet local craftspeople, perhaps find a unique souvenir, and simply enjoy the relaxed atmosphere. For many visitors, this evening becomes one of the most memorable moments on the entire trip. Next morning, we visit Ban Zan Kong, often called the Paper Village, where families have been producing traditional saw paper for centuries. Saw paper is made from the bark of the mulberry tree, and you'll actually see every step of the process from preparing the bark to creating the finished sheets. The best part is that this isn't just something we watch. We'll each take part in our own workshop, creating a sheet of handmade paper and decorating it with local flowers and leaves. It's a beautiful keepsake because it's something you've made yourself, and it's also a beautiful connection to one of Laos's oldest artistic traditions. Next, we'll visit what many consider to be the most beautiful temple in Laos, Wat Saeng Thong, also known as the Golden City Temple. This temple has stood for centuries and is one of Luang Prabang's greatest treasures. One of the most famous features is its incredible Tree of Life mosaic on the back of the temple, created with thousands of pieces of colored glass. Everywhere you look, you'll find intricate carvings, gold leaf, and artwork that tells stories of Buddhism and Lao culture. Even if you're not particularly interested in religion, there's something incredibly peaceful about this place. It's one of the temples where people naturally slow down and simply take it all in. In the afternoon, we'll start to bring all the experiences together. We'll begin at the Traditional Arts and Ethnology Center. Here we will learn about the many ethnic communities that make up Laos and their traditions they've preserved for generations. The museum gives wonderful context to the weaving, textiles, jewelry, papermaking, and craftsmanship we've been seeing throughout the journey. We then finished the day with a traditional Basi blessing ceremony. This is one of Laos's most cherished cultural traditions. During the ceremony, white cotton threads are gently tied around your wrist as blessings for happiness, good health, safe travels, and prosperity. It's a quiet, heartfelt experience and a beautiful way to end our time discovering the spiritual side of Laos. Many travelers tell us they keep their blessings thread on for days afterward as a reminder of this very special journey. Next morning, we set out on one of the most relaxing experiences of the journey as we board a traditional long-tail boat and cruise upstream along the mighty Mekong River. As we glide along the river, you'll see fishermen, small villages, water buffalo, and everyday life unfolding along the riverbanks. We stop at Bang Zhang Hai, often called Whiskey Village, where families have been producing Lao Lao rice whiskey for generations. You'll have a chance to see the traditional distillation process, sample the local spirit if you wish, and browse handmade textiles and crafts. Our cruise then brings us to one of Laos's most sacred sites, Pak Ao Caves. Hidden within these limestone cliffs are thousands of Buddha statues, some dating back hundreds of years. Pilgrims have been leaving these statues here for generations as acts of devotion. We explore both the lower and upper caves, each offering a completely different atmosphere. Standing among thousands of Buddha images overlooking the Mekong is an incredible peaceful experience, and it's easy to understand why this has remained one of Laos' most important spiritual sites. For our final evening together, we celebrate with something that brings everyone together, food. We'll explore Luang Prabang's vibrant evening food scene, sampling some of the northern Laos's best loved dishes, including khao piak sien, traditional Lao sausage, fresh chili dips, and many other specialties. We'll wander through the lively night market before enjoying our farewell dinner together at the beautiful La Elephant restaurant. It's a perfect way to reflect on everything we've experienced over the past 2 weeks, from Cambodia's ancient temples to the peaceful landscapes and traditions of Laos. By now, we'll have shared countless memories, plenty of laughs, probably far too many photos on our phones. It really is a wonderful way to bring this incredible journey to a close. So now you've seen just how much is packed into this journey. One of the things I love most about it is how easy it is once you're there. We've included all your deluxe accommodations, daily breakfast, several lunches, dinners, water with your meals, all of your internal flights, entrance fees, gratuities, and so many unique experiences that you simply couldn't organize all this on your own. From sunrise at Angkor Wat to ceramic workshops, cooking classes, paper making, river cruises, waterfalls, temples, and cultural encounters, everything has been thoughtfully planned. And of course, throughout the entire journey, you'll be traveling with one of the Women's Travel Club tour hosts, whom takes care of all the little details so you can simply enjoy the experience. This really is the kind of trip where you can relax, immerse yourself in the culture, and let someone else handle the logistics. Our Cambodia and Laos signature journey departs March 5th through the 20th, 2027. That gives us 16 unforgettable days exploring two of Southeast Asia's most fascinating countries. The pricing is exceptional for everything that's included. Double occupancy is $58.99 per person or $72.99 per person if you prefer your own room. When you consider that this includes 15 nights of deluxe accommodation, internal flights, guided sightseeing, entrance fees, many meals, gratuities, hands-on cultural experiences, river cruises, and the support of the Women's Travel Club tour hosts throughout, it really offers outstanding value. One of the things I especially love about this itinerary is that it's been designed to connect seamlessly with our Vietnam signature journey. Many of our members are choosing to experience Vietnam first and then continue directly into the Cambodia and Laos, creating an incredible month-long exploration of Southeast Asia. Of course, the tour is just as wonderful on its own. But if you ever dreamed of truly immersing yourself in this part of the world, these two journeys together create an experience that's difficult to match. If this has sparked your interest, we'd love to help you decide whether this is an adventure or perhaps the full Southeast Asia combination is the right fit for you. Well, thank you everybody for bearing with me on some of those hard to pronounce words. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If anybody has any questions, you can put them in the chat. Oh, I see that Carol has raised her hand. Hold on. Carol, I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, Carol, you should be able to talk. I think you have yourself muted. Oh,
I unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
yeah. Hi, Carol.
Hi. I was on the travel conference for the Southeast Asia. What happens between if you decide to continue on to Cambodia and Laos? Where will you stay during that transition?
Okay, I think there's just one night between them. And our tour host would be going from the one tour to the other also. So what we would do is just book you with them. So you would need just the internal flight and that hotel, but our office would help make that seamless and book that for you, and you would have the
Okay,
tour host there with you also.
perfect. All right, thank you.
You're well. Thank you for joining us.
Could you give me the dates again for the Southeast Asia? What were those dates again? What were those dates again?
Um, that's good. Brett,
Okay.
can you put in the chat the full date
Yeah, I
with
thought I wrote it
Vietnam?
down. I thought I wrote it down.
Yeah, I think we have it. I just, all my screens are taken up with the presentation, so I can't get out. But Brett can put it into the chat, I think. Hold on, I can.
Are you guys available on the weekends or just during the week to discuss, if I need additional information to reach out and have a conversation? Are you guys only available Monday through Friday?
We are typically in the office Monday through Friday, but if
Okay,
you send us an email,
that's
what
what
we
I'll
can
do.
do
Okay,
is set up a time to chat on the weekend.
perfect. All right.
Okay. I'm just looking for the not sure if Britt's there.
I got it. I found it. It's
You found
February
it?
17th
Okay,
through,
good.
yes, this
Sorry.
is, I thought I wrote, I knew I wrote it down. It's February 17th through the 4th. Yes, got
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Sorry about that.
No, thank you. Sorry, I didn't have more here. I don't know. Britt must have got, oh, there she is. She wrote it in for you too.
Yes,
So
I see
February
that.
17th to March 4th for
Yeah.
Vietnam, and then March 5th to the 20th for Cambodia and Laos.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Carol. Well, if we don't have any other questions, I think we'll conclude for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you in Southeast Asia.